Did you get the snap I sent you this morning about that van that was in my driveway when I woke up?
I did. Bang Bus decided to take a visit to Houghton.
I'm pretty sure, except I don't know if the Bang Bus, if they actually put like, the window chalk on it so that it hides that stuff out. I mean, it was tinted properly and everything, and it's a big enough bus to where it could be happening. Maybe it's the Redneck Bus.
The Redneck Bang Bus? How few seats are in
that? I don't know. All right. Well, welcome, one and all, to a very Italian fucking build-up of the pressure cooker. As always, I'm your host, Matt. I am Stefan. He's Matt.
What? Really? You are our host, Matt.
Listen,
no, that would be me.
I've only been awake for so long, okay? And clearly one coffee was not enough for me today. I am your host, Stefan.
I'm your host, Matt, from Under the Table.
And I'm also Scarlett Johansson. And today we are joined by a very special guest. Oh, all right. Well, I guess just bring him in. It's Mario.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm actually Stefan. Let's get that straight. So.
Whoa. Hold on. If you're Stefan, then who am I?
Luigi.
Oh.
Yeah, or Yoshi. I'd be fine with either.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants you to be Yoshi. So we can ride your ass.
Yo.
Ooh, all right. That wouldn't be a bad time. Let's see here. So this podcast, we actually have a sponsor this time. This podcast is sponsored this week by Bay Veterinary Clinic. I clearly need so much more caffeine, but we'll hear more about them later. How you doing, Mario?
I'm good. How are you, Stefan?
Clearly fucking failing at words. I don't know
what you're doing. I have a friend that takes caffeine soap and washes his hair with it in the shower, and he's a beast all day long.
Does he eat the caffeine soap too?
I don't think he eats it. No, I don't think he does anything else. Maybe he puts it in other places on his body. I'm not sure. I'm great, though. I'm honored to be on the podcast. Thank you for asking me to join. My name is Mario. Let's get down to it. What?
I'm already starting to regret this decision, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, geez. All right. So, yeah, this is Mario. I'm sure you guys have heard us talk about his company that we've thrown out a couple of times on the podcast. I think we mentioned Ario. Do you want to give the people a little lowdown on what you do, Mario?
He's also the only person to actually donate to our GoFundMe account.
You see what donating can get you, kids? You can be on a podcast that 3 people will watch.
Right in this crappy apartment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey!
So,
to be fair, Matt's apartment
is a house. You will have a better studio.
It'll be a house, yes. Okay. So I'm a co-founder of a company called Arroyo Networks, and we do things with computers, and they're pretty cool. And yeah.
Jesus fuck.
So
Technology
is pretty fantastic. Yes.
This is going to be a long hour.
Yes.
All right. So along the vein of technology, here's something fun that I found that you might think is pretty fun, Mario. So a couple of weeks ago, there was a court case that went all the way up to the Supreme Court about Google Books. And it basically, there was the Authors Guild was claiming that putting up the books on Google Books was, let me see if I can find the article here, said that doing that misunderstood the importance of emerging online markets for books and books excerpts. It failed to comprehend the real potential harm to authors resulting from its decision. So the Supreme Court struck it down and said, Google can do what they want. Throw the books up on there. And the Authors Guild is still all up in arms about it, and they're all fucking pissy about this. I don't know why you wouldn't want them to put the books up on there. I mean, it's free exposure for all intents and purposes, especially for a very dying medium. When's the last time any of us read a book? Ebooks don't count.
Yeah, no.
Ebooks don't count?
Ebooks don't count. Physical books.
Right.
3rd grade.
Really?
See?
I made it through all of junior high and high school without reading any of the books we had to.
Really?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's about right.
Papa Bear can fake a paper.
Paper is just, you can tell with high school classes, you can tell where they want, what the teacher's mindset is, where they want that paper to go, and just, all right, so here's what I'm going to do to just hit the 4 tick marks that they have for the paper. That's a C.
And the reason that I say I made it through high school was because my junior year, we read Old Man and the Sea. But instead of reading it, my teacher played it on audiobook. Yes.
Really? So, I mean, there's other mediums being used to consume these books already anyway. That's been the way it's been for a while, especially with the Kindle and other stuff like that. So, I mean...
Exactly.
I don't see... Amazon's been doing this. It's been successful. What's the problem with digitizing a book and people a snap preview, right? Before they want to spend the $20 on it. You know, there's been a lot of books that I actually, to answer the question, 2 months ago I read a book. I do enjoy buying books, or going to Barnes and Nobles for an afternoon, drinking hot chocolate, admiring women, and reading. That's something that I do.
You heard it here first, ladies. You want to get on some of that Mario action? Go to a Barnes and Noble.
I don't know. I enjoy having a physical copy in my hands, but I've learned about most books that I've been interested in, or topics that have books around them through Amazon.
Right, and that's the thing too. They didn't get all up in arms about Amazon when they started selling books on there, though I suppose that's one of the things that it was kind of intended for. But they get upset at Google. They don't realize how big a market share Google really has on the tech world. I mean, so many people have Android devices. I know all three of us have Android devices, so if we're going to go look for a book, guess what we're going to do it on? Google Books.
Yep.
See, here's the thing. Here's why. The Authors Guild is in a turf war right now with the Thieves Guild and the Assassins Guild.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Next. Jesus Christ, man. But still, it's just technology. It is the way of the future. So many people have ebooks now. So many people have fucking smartphones. Might as well just pander to them and a piece of them, too.
Yep.
I mean, my tablet. I use my tablet literally as like a cookbook in the kitchen, and occasionally I will get a book on this to read.
Maybe they just really want to pander to the Amish and just don't want to let go of that market.
Could be, yeah. I don't have a tablet.
The Amish don't buy books. They buy their own.
That's true. And Mario, you don't really need a tablet. I mean...
Right, that's the thing. Like, I don't feel. I mean, okay, if I was going to read a book, I'd buy a Kindle. If I wanted a digital medium to store.
Like I said, I really don't use my tablet very often.
I just don't. I mean, I have my computer with me all the time.
I had a tablet for like 3 months. Realized that it was a stupid purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Sold my tablet.
When you realize that
back.
you do everything on your phone that a tablet can do. Now, granted, mine is a Windows tablet, so at least I have. An actual.
Thank you, Mario.
I know, but like I have Windows 8. I still have Microsoft Word. Like, if need be, I can do legitimate shit with it. But still, it's not. It's just not.
See, I'm one of those people where I don't bring technology with me unless I know I absolutely need it, not want, need. So that's why the only thing I bring is my cell phone. Really, if I'm going to be doing anything else, it's going to be at my computer.
Well, I mean, like when we film Under the Tables, I have all the questions and all the drinking game rules and stuff on my tablet.
But you had your tablet before we started doing this.
Yes, I did.
I just gave you a purpose for it. You're welcome.
I got my tablet as a Christmas gift. That's why I even have it. And when I first got it, the big thing that I used it for, which it was actually somewhat useful for, because I had so many textbooks and shit bringing to my college classes, my tablet was small enough that I threw it in my backpack and I took notes on that, actually.
Yay!
But did you ever actually like read a passage or read a chapter or read any sort of like novel on your tablet? Okay.
Yeah. No, I have.
Okay, you have before. Okay.
Yeah.
Reading Angry Birds doesn't count.
No. Dune, motherfucker.
Oh, Dune, never mind. That's fine.
Yes.
Man, that movie. They shouldn't have.
They
should have just never tried to adapt Dune into a movie. It's too long. Oh, look at that. I guess we have
before everyone was taking one book and turning it into 4 fucking movies.
Yep.
Peter Jackson. Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad. I don't know. Well, so, all right, let's get into this real quick. So, yeah, Peter Jackson did that. And there's been a lot of controversy about the Superman versus Batman movie that just came out too. I feel like a lot of people are underestimating how much the production studios really get their claws into the project and say, all right, this is what you have to do in order for us to give you the money to make the movie that you want. And, you want to make the movie that you want, but you got to have these little concessions in there too. Like when Zack Snyder wanted to do Batman versus Superman, he was like, hey, I got this fucking great script. It's going to be great. Let's make a movie. And Warner Brothers was probably like, yeah, all right, we're going to let you do Batman versus Superman. Dawn of Justice. You got to throw in these 6 other things too and have this added into the story as well to make it look, how we want it.
And to get ready for the 15 other movies that we want to try to fight Marvel using, but are going to fail horribly at.
They wanted to play catch up. Now, that not to say that it can't be done. I am a diehard Marvel fan. Let's just get that out of the way now.
We all know that.
But the DC comics, I think, make interesting adaptations for movies if they're done right.
Agreed.
Like the Christopher Nolan Batman movies were wonderful. Love those. But they got to be taken, I think, not so much as I don't know if they need to be less of a superhero film and more of an action film, or if they just need to stop taking themselves so damn seriously. I think that was the big fault with Batman versus Superman. I don't know if either of you saw that, but it seemed like it took itself way too seriously.
Yeah, I think they wanted to make the Batman versus Superman a lot darker, and they did it way too of a serious sense. Now, what I do have to say, the one DC, I am diehard Marvel. I really don't like DC that much. But I do have to say, when the new Aquaman movie comes out.
Ooh, Jason Momoa, though.
Exactly. I'm going to have to go watch that because they finally found a way to make Aquaman a badass. Instead of just chit-chatting with some goldfish, motherfucker's going to be starting Sharknadoes.
All right.
Now, to be fair, I think it was back in 92 was when they really started to revamp Aquaman and make him more badass. He's legitimately a pretty powerful superhero in the DC universe.
Yes.
It's just the shows that we grew up on, like the Justice League TV show and stuff.
Exactly.
It's sold short.
And when they revamped it, I know one of the revamps, they cut one of his arms off and gave him a fucking harpoon hand. And yeah. And I mean, yeah, they made him way more badass, but it's what we grew up with, which was him talking to goldfish and flying on the back of goddamn flying fish. Standing on their back with fucking harnesses. Remember that?
Those were mantises, all right?
Well, not mantises, because that's a bug. Manta rays.
Manta rays. Whatever. The point is, fucking that. Dicks.
Tell me when you go see that. I want to see it with you.
Okay.
However, I don't know how much of a badass I'll actually believe Aquaman is after seeing that movie. Hopefully they win me over.
I mean, we're talking about Khal Drogo.
It's true.
The man straight raped a Khaleesi.
That's
the
true.
Man straight raped a Khaleesi.
I watched that episode many times. Wow. Okay.
I wonder why. So in those scenes, Jason Momoa actually had the hardest fucking time shooting those two. I was doing some readings for that because, again, spoiler alert, I'm a huge fucking nerd and I love Game of Thrones. I should have worn my jersey, actually.
Tomorrow.
Oh, and I cannot wait. I've been waiting for this for entirely too long. When I say entirely too long, I mean about 9 months or so.
Yes, season 6.
That and Silicon Valley season 3.
Yup. What a fantastic show.
Thank you. Thank you. So many people that I've talked to about that show rip on it.
But why?
That's what I'm saying. So one person that I talked to, relatively close to me, I was talking to him about it. I was like, oh, have you ever seen Silicon Valley? And he instantly started to noticeably fucking cringe. And I was like, what? You're a Seaside major. You should love Silicon Valley. Oh, it's like the Big Bang Theory of computer science.
Okay.
The Big Bang Theory is absolute shit. Let's just get that out there right now.
Yep.
Silicon Valley is leaps and bounds above the Big Bang Theory. Holy shit. It's an actual TV show. It's entertaining.
Right. Yep.
watching something that makes you feel like you're gonna lose fucking 400 IQ, if that were even possible.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, HBO just released. I was telling Matt, HBO Now, just in time. Basically, what that means is you don't need to have a cable subscription to HBO. You can merely download HBO Now and pay them lots of money.
I was going to say it's like $15 a month, though, isn't it?
$15 a month, but
it's not a lot of money.
It's. I mean, if you're in the period where there's Silicon Valley, other shows,
for some of us, that's a lot of money. All right.
Sure.
Because unlike you, Matt, some of us have student loans to pay off.
Ooh.
Hey, we've had
this
discussion many a time.
Well, I know. Life sucks. Then you die. Whatever. So along that Silicon Valley fucking tech train, here's another fun article that I found. Actually, these two kind of coincide. What do we want to start with first? Do we want to talk about the Utah governor declaring porn a health hazard?
This one, yes.
All right, so we're going to go with that. So...
So back to our last pressure cooker where we turned every question into porn. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pyro Yacht loves porn. What are you going to do? Fucking A. But yeah, the Utah governor just straight up came out and said it's now a national health crisis and we need to be focusing on squashing pornography. He said it, quote, equates violence toward women and children with sex and pain with pleasure, which increases the demand for sex trafficking, prostitution, child sexual abuse images, and child pornography.
Clearly, he is watching the worst kinds of porn. Get some Busty Bitches 7. He'll be happy. I mean...
I wonder if that... You know what? I'm not even going to ask. It is an actual film. What am I thinking?
I will almost guarantee you it's an actual one.
I saw one on HBO the other day. Every once in a while, I'll just go through the late night selection just to see what some of the fucking stupid ass names are that they have on there. It's pretty ridiculous. Like there was one on there. It was a zombie cheerleader invasion. I think it was.
These ones weren't actually porn, but they were close enough. Zombies, strippers versus zombies, and then zombie strippers. Both of those movies are actually on Netflix. Now, they aren't actual pornos, but literally all of the actors are porn actors. But yeah, one is legitimate zombie strippers. These strippers are zombies. And the other ones is just a bunch of strippers fighting zombies. But
Utah wants to take this away from us.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
How fucking dare they? That's kind of like saying, I'm going to go play in the NFL. But all sports are bad, and we should just make them illegal. It's just taking grand fucking leaps and trying so hard to grasp onto an idea tenuously. I really feel like his dad maybe just showed him some porn and like tried to touch him or something, and that's why he's all against it. That's the only thing that I can think.
If he took the effort that he's putting into shutting down porn and put it into some of the other very important issues that are out there that actually have merit and can be something can be done about, maybe he'd be more effective as a governor. Just saying.
There's the problem, though. That makes too much sense, and we just can't have that.
Yes.
The man's got to get in there, and he's got to get his fucking 10 minutes of fame before he fades into obscurity like the rest of us.
I mean, what I am kind of surprised at is that this is coming out of Utah. Are you really?
Well, see, think about all the Mormons that are in Utah. All the people that are just religiously uptight and want to hold on to those values for as long as humanly possible.
Agreed. But Utah is also the land of polygamy.
Yeah.
And to me...
Just because you can have many titties doesn't mean you can watch them on the internet.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Come at me, bro!
Yep.
Your move.
He's just saying something like that. That's a popularity move. That's a blind statement.
Well, speaking of governor popularity moves, did you see what our great governor Rick Snyder decided to do? Where he's going to be drinking drinking and cooking with Flint water for the next month.
All right, so the new governor's coming in what, 2 weeks?
He's proving that now it's safe. Now that they've put in all these filters and all this other shit. And yeah, he's saying that for the next month, he's going to drink only Flint water and only cook with Flint water. So
my quote says, like every other politician, that's false.
no. He'll do it. He just won't drink. He just won't drink water for a month, and he won't cook. He'll go out to dinner.
Yep.
Boom. There's a way to say I'll do this and still not do it.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. It's just those deals at Sparrow. Oh. Probably what it's going to be. But yeah, the governor goes on to say the problem is rampant, yet it thrives in secrecy and silence. Now, that's the line that gets me the most.
I like that line.
Wow.
So, let's just go ahead. It's time for Stefan's patented call on a spade moment, right?
Yes.
Women, this is directed towards you. And Governor of Utah, this is also directed towards you. Men like porn. That's no secret.
Yep.
We all watch it. There are two types of men in this world. Those who watch porn and those who lie about it.
That's a complete and utter truth. And the only secret that I will give you from coming from that statement is that a lot of women like porn too. They're the ones that broadcast it as much as we do.
Yeah, man.
So basically, what do we just decide? I mean, everyone watches porn. Basically, what we've just figured out.
Yeah.
So
porn makes me a decent human being. I come home from a hard day of work, I throw on some titties, I reel one out real quick, I move on with the rest of my life. Why? Because it calms me down, brings me back to reality, and makes me realize shit ain't so bad, because I get to watch porn.
That's true. I think most men feel the same way.
How can you not? It doesn't matter how horrible of a mood you're in.
Right.
How can you not be happy when you see some titties?
If they're really bad titties.
Well, okay, yeah, but that's, I mean, you got to be in some dark areas of the internet to
or
see.
just find some Tara Reid pictures. Woo!
Okay.
The bitch had a terrible boob job.
Oh, she had a very bad boob job.
It was awful. I honestly don't know why she didn't. Why would people just, if you're going to pick a plastic surgeon to give you a boob job, don't pick one from the bottom of the barrel. It's like saying, I want to go to eat at a 5-star restaurant, but McDonald's is here.
You don't think you should go get a Tijuana boob job?
Well, me personally, I think I would benefit from it.
Tits.
Oh. Well. Huh. All right. Well, speaking of surgeries, like I said earlier, this podcast is brought to you by fucking Bay Veterinary Clinic. Located next to the Delona on US 2 and 41, Dr. Suzanne Laskaska, Matt's mom, at Bay Veterinary Clinic helps birds, reptiles, and all of your four-legged friends. Stop by or call 906-786-1878. They're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can also check out their website at bayvetclinic.com. Again, that's bayvetclinic, all one word, .com. And I'll throw that link into the video below after this is done going live.
Once again, thank you, Mom, for being a sponsor of us.
Thanks, Mammy.
Thanks, my May.
Mrs. L is one of the coolest people in that clinic.
Oh, I know. My parents are the shit.
They rule. Yeah. It's just... So, as I said earlier, this is a very Italian podcast, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At Matt, you can go at I feel like this comes up at least 8 times in any conversation with Matt. Matt's a quarter Sicilian, in case any of you don't know.
Yeah.
And Mario, you're 100% Italian, aren't you?
I'm 100% Sicilian, yes.
Jesus Christ, so much fucking Italian.
We have a small mafia going on right here.
Yep.
I mean, these things happen. But, so, I've gone over to Matt's place quite a number of times, and Matt's mom is very Italian, very much loves to cook, very much makes sure that whenever someone comes over, they roll out the goddamn door. Holy shit.
So last night, Mario came over last night just so he'd be here for everything. And another one of our friends came over. And, you want to tell them about the spread I laid out for dinner last night?
I don't know if I can talk about it anymore. I'm just so... let's just say I was about to take my pants off during and after this feast. I mean, pineapple with this amazing. I don't even know how to describe it. The cinnamon.
We did grilled pineapple,
Right.
grilled corn on the cob,
Right. Yep.
grilled chicken with my bourbon barbecue
The
sauce.
is just so amazing. It's someone that took the time. Right, you took the time, you put the effort in, you tried something new, and it just came out beautifully. It's made with love. It's not some generic sauce that you know what the taste is going to be like. It just what?
I haven't eaten yet. Y'all are making me fucking starving.
Oh yeah, I had a huge spread though, and it's an Italian thing. We have the need to feed, and I was raised in the kitchen with my mom, and
Need to feed.
You make more food than anyone could possibly eat because it is the biggest insult to your guests if there is not enough food.
Idea comes to me. We make a Top Gun remake, but with Guy Fieri and who's another? Action Bronson would be good. I'm trying to think of someone who else who really like Alton Brown, Guy Fieri, Action Bronson, Alton Brown, and we call it The Need to Feed.
I mean, can Gordon Ramsay be in it?
Special guest appearance.
Yes, he'll be the villain.
Or that.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
That's a good idea.
If any of you are watching, shoot us an email. Or, don't, because you probably won't. Whatever.
But yes, my mom absolutely loves to cook. That's where I got it from, and it is a very Italian thing.
Well, I mean, food brings us together, right?
Yes.
And that's Italians love that togetherness. They love being with their family.
We also love to eat.
That's a thing.
Who
We're
doesn't love
big guys.
to eat, though?
Big guys. Yep. But I think a lot of families, and I don't know about you, Stefan, or your friends, but I mean, a lot of my friends growing up, they TV dinners. They went out to get fast food. They never ate at a table together.
Yep.
They never conversed with each other during meals. And to me, I've never not had that. If I'm late for dinner, I'm gonna get slapped.
Yeah,
right. That's the thing.
Here.
And same with that. So I think that's something you don't see in a lot of families. Most Italian families, though, and I'm sure some others still do that.
Oh, Stefan's eaten at my place plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
He's been slapped by my mom when he was late for dinner.
Yes.
Damn, did that get me hard. What?
You like it. You like being slapped. Just stop.
He likes being slapped by my mom.
Yes,
Well,
I'm sure.
I mean, little column A, little column B. You take what you can get, right?
Right.
All right, so slapping women brings me on to the next article that I was going to get into. And
What?
Mm.
all right, so I'm going to lay this story out here, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the stupidest fucking thing that anyone could have ever done in the entirety of their life. And two people did this, right? So it was two people in
Please say Florida.
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, that's just as bad.
Ohio, right?
The armpit of America.
29-year-old man named Raymond Gates and an 18-year-old woman named Marina Lonina. So she was doomed to fail from the begin with, right?
Alriady.
Here's where things get unfunny for a couple seconds, though. So these guys found a 17-year-old girl, and they were hanging out with her, and then the man starts to force himself on said 17-year-old. So what does the 18-year-old girl Marina do? She starts live streaming the whole thing on Periscope for the entire world to see.
I did just see that. Yep.
Thankfully, they're both getting what's coming to them, and they are both being indicted on counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of rape, 1 count of sexual battery, and 3 counts of pandering sexually oriented matter involving a minor. Lanina has also been indicted on 2 counts of illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material or performance for allegedly photographing the victim in the nude before the alleged rape.
I mean, she could have just baked a cake instead. Or literally done anything else but that.
I don't know. I don't know what goes through people's minds to make them want to do this sort of shit in the first place, to actually sexually assault another human being. But on top of that, Why fucking live stream it?
I think that's the core thing here. Is like we've never seen. I don't think I've ever heard of any case where something's getting live streamed that's like that.
It's
right?
very very rare. But there was a story 5 or 6 years ago now of this like super underground website that was live streaming that people could go on like that or live stream too. And there were people that straight up were doing like rape murders on there. And when I say underground, I'm talking like you have to know what you're doing on the internet to find these places. It's not just Google, murder rape and it pops up. No, you got to know what you're doing to find this. But yeah, there was a few years ago that that happened, and they found this website, and it had been running for like almost 2 years at that point. And it's like, I do not understand. I don't understand how you could ever possibly do that to another human being in any sense of it. Sexual assault, murder, anything. B, though, going back to the Utah thing, how is that like? How does that turn you on? That's the opposite.
Who's watching that and saying, I'm enjoying this,
like,
I'm going to keep watching this.
Opposite of turning you on.
Right.
Those are the kind of people where we need to pinpoint their genes from birth and just castrate them right away. Get it done with so that they can't do fucking anything. Those sort of people, they shouldn't even exist in the first place. They deserve the worst thing that I can possibly imagine to do to them. I'm not going to say it because it's fucking bad. But, Jesus. I hope they get at least life in prison, both of them.
Yeah.
At least.
Here's my other thing, though, on that, getting life in prison. The judicial system anymore has gotten kind of bullshit where you can get life in prison and be out in 3 years. How the fuck is that? How is that life in prison?
All right, life in prison with no chance for parole. How about that?
Yeah.
Don't take this away from me. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, technology is meant to be a wonderful thing. It's meant to help our lives, right? It's not meant for bullshit like this.
It's available to everyone. It's an open medium. I mean, there's been bad stuff from day one.
And that's the problem, too. I feel like society is just degenerating to an inescapable level as it is anyway. And we shouldn't be allowing these sort of people to just follow through with the advances of technology that we're getting because they're wonderful things for us, but we're decent human beings.
Right.
The human race as a whole has been hitting a point where everything is just ridiculous. 2015, 2016, the year of everyone being butthurt. That affluenza. Did you hear about the affluenza teen?
Years ago. Let's call a spade for a second. We'll circle back to that one. Society has always been shit. People have always been shit. This sort of shit has been happening since the dawn of man. We just know more about it now because of things like Periscope and all the sort of advancements in technology that we're getting. The world is now a smaller place. Well, we're all more connected with each other. We're able to see what the fuck is going on.
You know what? And on that point, we actually had a conversation about this last night. I asked my mom one of the last times I was home. Her and I were driving back from town. Radio was on. There was a news story that popped up on the radio about either something like a tsunami somewhere, or a bus crash that killed like 70 people, or one of those that seems like happens every day now.
Yeah.
And I looked at my mom and I was like, when you were our age or even a little younger, I was like, was this type of shit happening? Did you have, this many bad things happening? And she looked at me and she said, yes. The difference is you only found out about them twice a day. You found out about it when you read the newspaper and when you watched the nightly news. And now, in this day and age, because of smartphones, anytime you pull up Facebook, the second something happens, and Facebook's not a good medium for that just because anyone can post anything. But even you pull up, CNN, NBC, any of the legitimate news sources.
Facebook is a great medium for that, and here's why. Because
Well,
anyone
yes, I
can
know
post any sort of anything, which also means that people are going to believe a whole lot of bullshit. For example, anti-vaxxers.
yes.
All of that fucking started because some dumb cunt decided that listening to someone who didn't even really earn his medical degree said that vaccinations were bad, even though it wasn't approved by anyone except his publisher, I think it was. But because that got out there, so many people believe that vaccinations cause autism now. The only thing that I want to happen, I want us to come up with a vaccine for autism and just watch the gears spin in their heads to try to figure out what the fuck do I do now.
The anti-vaxxer paradox.
That's the fucking worst hell I can imagine for them.
Yes.
Well, so the thing is, but because of that, because everything hits so fast and you just constantly are seeing all of this.
And because everyone has their fucking cell phones stapled to their goddamn hand now.
Well, that too. But a big thing is, and this is even when you watch the nightly news, even if you watched it back, 30 years ago, bad news gets ratings. Yep. So that's everything that gets pushed. And if you look at a lot of these studies now about how fucking depression is through the roof and everyone's on antidepressants and all that shit, one of the biggest reasons is because of the internet. And it sucks because it's an awesome thing and it's a horrible thing all at the same time, because you get so beaten down by seeing all of this just horrible news nonstop all day, and you just think this world is shit. It's going to shit. Well, it's not. It's running the same course it always has. You just now know about all of it.
Yep. Ain't that the damn truth?
Amen.
People are never going to accept that as a reality, though, because,
Well, people are never going to accept anything.
Because why accept that when they can just blame their problems on something else?
Exactly.
Along the vein of blaming problems of something else, last topic I had for us here, and this is probably my favorite topic. It coincides with blaming problems on other people and technology and porn. We're making everything just come full circle here, right?
Okay. I'm excited now.
The porn website X-Hamster. Wonderful site. We love you. Keep up the good work. X-Hamster has been blocking videos.
They don't have actual hamsters on there.
No hamsters.
Sad day in the neighborhood. Anyway, X-Hamster has been blocking videos in North Carolina for people that support that new transgender law for bathroom use. They have been geolocating people who watch videos from that site and figuring out, since data mining is such a real fucking thing, I'm going to circle back to that too. Mm-hmm. They figure out if they support those laws or not. I actually think they might just be blocking them for anyone in North Carolina. I have to find the article again to know for sure. But yeah, they're just straight up blocking videos for people in North Carolina because of that transgender law.
Okay, you know what? Here's my thing on that. I am completely for the freedom of the transgender people, and I'm okay with all of that. What I'm not okay with is what all of these fucking celebrities and websites and all this other stuff have been doing, of boycotting the fucking state just because that's what the lawmakers are saying. So there have been probably 10 or 15 now different musicians who have canceled every show in Carolina.
He canceled one, didn't he?
Who?
Bruce Springsteen?
Yes, he was one of them. Yep. There were a number that canceled shows in the Carolinas because of that whole situation. And they said, we're boycotting your state because we don't believe in this, and da-da-da-da-da. Charlie Daniels, he came out and made a statement and said, fuck all of them. I'm not canceling my show because the fans deserve to still see me. Why should I hurt the fans because the lawmakers are being fucking stupid?
And I absolutely agree with that. I think the best thing that those celebrities could do, because let's face it, pop culture is a real thing, and celebrities have a lot of say in just laws in general, really. So people like Charlie Daniels have the right idea. Go ahead, keep playing your shows in those states, but make your opinion heard about it and tell the people that are showing up to the shows, if you don't support it, have them say, fucking don't support this law. I'm playing this show for you, but, people in office are kind of cockbags.
Yeah, but you know
something along that line.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the problem with that. Look at, you have some that, yeah, they're taking the right approach. Charlie Daniels, he's not a stupid man.
Not by any stretch of the imagination.
However, look at half of these other fuckers in pulp culture. They are dumber than sacks of potatoes.
Kanye West.
Well, that's who I was going with, yes. But what's even worse is all the rest of these fuckers in the country who are just goddamn sheep, and just because, he's famous, he's smart, we should listen to him. No one has a fucking mind of their own anymore.
To that extent, rest in peace, the amount of people that fucking came out and fucking were saying that Prince dying was the worst thing that has ever happened to this country on fucking Facebook and everything. How many of those people do you think have actually listened to a Prince album?
I know, right? Half of they know Purple Rain because he played it at the fucking Super Bowl a few years ago.
Exactly. When Prince died, I know he was a great musician. I didn't know any of his songs. I didn't say anything about it. I just kept my damn mouth shut.
I knew a handful of them. I was sad that he did pass away because he is one of music's big influences. A lot of the bands that even like you and I listen to, Stefan, a lot of those bands were influenced by him. So I feel for that side of it.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't make any posts about it because Prince, yes, he was an amazing musician and I respect his art. I personally didn't like it that much. So
it's just like all those people that, getting a little dark here for a second, but hell with it. I need to call these people out. It's like those people that when someone commits suicide, especially in a small town like we grew up in, someone does something like that, suddenly everyone's their best fucking friend. And they're all, yes, it's a tragic thing. Yes, you should be there to support the families and help them get along with it, right? Don't pull all the attention on you. It is not your tragedy. It is theirs.
Oh, yeah. And, you get so many people that come out of the woodwork and we're like, oh, my God, they were such a good person. I love them so much. They hadn't, and half of them hadn't, talked to this person in 3-4 years type of thing. It's, yeah.
They're the same kind of people that say happy birthday on Facebook.
Yeah. Everyone wants all the attention to themselves. And we live in a selfish society, and Facebook is one of the absolute biggest perpetrators of that because everyone posts shit just to get likes.
Yeah. And we base our self-value now on the likes and fucking shares that we get on social media. That's how we attain our self-worth now. Put down your goddamn cell phone and go throw a fucking frisbee, kids.
It's actually a good idea.
That's what I'm saying. It's time to disc golf. It's nice
that might be a good idea.
It's gorgeous out here right now.
Yeah, Michigan turning around today.
Well, not up here. It's fucking 37 degrees.
When I say Michigan, I always fall to the Lower Peninsula.
Because he's a fucking troll and doesn't believe in God's country being God's country.
Yep, there's something wrong with me. I deserve that. I deserve what Stefan's showing me right now. Yes, I'm sorry.
Right now it's
each their own.
It's 54 degrees here, but it's sunny as shit. It's just for how hot I always am. This is the perfect fucking temp for me.
Great.
Oh, absolutely. It was 70 degrees here last weekend, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. It was kind of weird though because that day that it was 70 degrees, I drove from Houghton here down to Marquette, and there was still a whole bunch of just big snow piles along the side of the road, especially in the shaded areas, and just. It was weird being in shorts and a t-shirt and being juxtaposed against all this snow on either side of us.
Weird for you, but when I went to school in Houghton, I wore shorts and a t-shirt all year. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Going home for breaks, going home for April, whatever. Oh, there's snow still everywhere. You're journeying home. There's the entire UP.
When I moved down here, people at work and stuff, they don't understand it. Right now, this past winter was horrible in terms of it was warm. We had no snow. It was not winter. And down here, everyone's like, it starts getting warm. late March, early April, and people are like, "Oh, summer's here," and all this other shit, and I'm like, I've seen it snow. I've seen snow come out of the sky every month of the fucking year. No.
Yep.
Summer's never here until summer is here.
Exactly.
Well, now, granted, on your thing though, Stefan, I did see another friend of mine who's still in Houghton. She posted a thing on Facebook, a picture on Sunday afternoon of the thermometer, and it read 80 degrees on Sunday in Houghton. Then Monday morning,
32
degrees.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really upsetting to wake up to. Just really, really upsetting. The day before, I'm hanging out in shorts and a t-shirt, sitting out in the sun, just fucking loving it, soaking up every ounce of the beer and the sun. And then wake up the next morning and I'm all huddled over, fucking extra blankets around me, like, what the fuck just happened? I gotta turn my furnace back on. Terrible.
Keep calm. Winter is coming.
Winter's coming.
Winter is coming. Oh, the sooner the better.
In Houghton, winter is always coming.
Truly.
Yes.
But to be fair, last summer, it was actually pretty warm up here.
Yeah, last time I remember when we came up and saw you over 4th of July, and it was pretty damn warm.
Gosh, I remember McNair Hall starting the semester, fall semester, and it's September, right? And those first 2-3 weeks, and it's 85 outside, but it's 110 in the dorms.
I know.
I mean, we lay down on the floor with panties on, and nothing.
I had
to live in student dorms.
I had a friend who lived in the 3rd floor of DHH. The DHH dorm was the original dorm built at Michigan Tech. The cornerstone of it is like 1897 or whatever. It has a copper roof. The 3rd floor dorm rooms, literally, one of your walls is the ceiling, the copper roof. Those kids in fall, oh God.
That's brutal.
You were living in an oven. You were living in an oven.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's what they get for getting student housing. Man. I was lucky enough that when I went away to college, I had been in for long enough to where I didn't have to live in student housing. So I just straight up got myself a house and was like, fuck it. I wouldn't want to live in one of those little concrete prisons anyway. I could never do it. I need space. I got to stretch my legs. I'm a big man.
To be 100% honest, I lived in both during college. And there's things to be said for both of them. You know, having a house, it's a lot nicer to be able to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
exactly. But in the dorms, as long as the hall you're in, as long as you have good people in there, it's a blast. My 4th year of college was one of the best just because of that. My whole dorm hall, we were all super close. We hung out all the time. It was a great time.
But then again, party house is a good time too.
Party house is a great time. I mean, you can always leave the dorms and go to, your friend's party who's got a house and, having a better time than you. This is an interesting
college. My house in college was actually nicknamed the Legion of Doom because people knew if you were going to have a good time, you go to the Legion of Doom and just die.
I penguin slid down his stairs in the Legion of Doom.
Where was I? Where the hell was I?
I don't know where you were.
This is an interesting topic. My dad actually strongly believes in staying on campus, staying in the dorms, staying close to school as a way to help a student, especially early on in freshman year, sophomore year, stay focused on what the goal is.
I'll give you that.
And not have to deal with externalities of, partying, people coming over.
I skipped so much class once I moved out of the dorms.
Right.
Because I was like a mile away. And being in Houghton, where we literally would get this, something else people don't understand. They can't fathom it. But Houghton, you can literally get 3 to 4 feet of snow in one night. And
easy.
And we still have class.
Yep.
And the year...
Because we're not bitches!
Exactly. And the year that I lived off of campus, I was about a mile. We had one of the snowiest winters on record. There were so many days I woke up, my car, literally there was snow up to the roof of my car, and I just said, fuck this, I'm not walking. Yep. And so I skipped class. And it was a lot easier. And if I had been in the dorms, especially you remember where I lived. I was right there on campus.
Yep.
I went to class every day when I was in the dorms.
Right.
Very, very rarely did I ever miss anything when I was on campus.
Oh yeah, less resistance. You're gonna more likely to go to class and be involved. So,
whereas I was on the opposite end of the spectrum, I would just skip class on a whim. I would just wake up one morning and be like, video games.
I mean, hey, I had those days too, but it was a lot less likely when I was in the dorms compared to when I was off campus.
Right.
The other thing too, especially, if you, depending on the school you go to, depending on the school you go to, and depending on how many people you kind of know going to that school. I mean, here's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Going up to Michigan Tech.
Yeah.
You coming up from the Detroit area didn't necessarily have a lot of people that you knew.
I pretty much went fresh.
Exactly, coming up. Now, me, on the other hand, when I went up, I came up to Michigan Tech with 7 other people from my graduating high school class that I all knew. So if my situation, little different, where if I would have lived off campus right away type of thing, it wouldn't have mattered quite as much because I still had a social network in that.
Right.
But like for someone like you coming up out of nothing, living in the dorm sometimes is a better thing because you get to meet a lot of new people. It's
very true.
Whether you want to or not.
Well, I was
also very true.
It forces you to, but at the same token, it is kind of nice to get that and kind of get a group right away to like have someone to fall back on, and then you can slowly disperse and find more people after that.
But there are some people like me who are just naturally social butterflies, and I went to school at Lake Superior State, and when I went up there, I knew 2 people, my 2 roommates. That was it. Still made a fuck ton of friends. Still had those 3 years were probably the best 3 years of my life.
But see, Stefan, and that's where you and I are completely different. I am a fucking shut-in.
You're nothing without me.
Well, I mean, no, I still have made plenty by without you, but you help a lot. I mean, I live under a rock if I could. And that was where being in the dorms, and that was especially for me, having that like number of people going up with helped. But living in the dorms really did help because it kind of just pushed me into meeting a lot of new people, which some of them became some of my absolute best friends. I mean, Mario and I met in college. Now, granted, we met because of my roommate and a class that we had our sophomore year, but still, I mean, that's how we know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mario's a douche.
I'm a douche.
Oh, we should have just used Tinder to meet?
We should have. Yeah, that would
No, Grindr.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That might be
he's got the hair for it.
Oh, yeah.
So while we're going ahead and talking about both Grindr and college, there was a friend that I had in high school or in college, right? There was a friend that I had in college who decided that he was going to play one of the most spectacular pranks on his roommate. And he signed up for a Grindr account, but put all his information as his roommate. And started talking to some of the burliest, manliest fucking bears of gay men and basically catfishing them. And whenever we had made plans to like go to the bars or something, I'm always one of those people where when I say we're going to go somewhere at this time, we're going to that place at that time.
Yep.
So he would talk to some of those men on there and say, oh yeah, I'm going to be at the bar at this time. This is what I'm going to be wearing. This is what I look like. Come find me, sugar. Whew. That was a fun night to just watch all those men come up to him and just for the other guy to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not even gay. What is going on? I kind of feel bad for him, but...
I mean, how did he feel about his roommate after this?
Yeah, we partied the next night. It was fine.
Okay.
He left early that night, but the next night, actually, yeah, him and his roommate just absolutely destroyed us in beer pong. So, yeah, they were fine.
Nice. That's good. I don't know how I'd feel, but that's an interesting prank. You don't hear about that happening. Identity theft.
Gay identity theft.
Gay identity, yes.
That's the first for everything, right?
Right, exactly.
It's like the first time you play gay chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever play gay chicken with him.
Have you never heard of Gay Chicken, Mario?
I've never heard of it.
I mean, I feel like the name speaks for itself, so I shouldn't have to explain what it is.
Very well to itself, yes. I'm never playing with him, though, apparently, right? Don't do it. Okay.
Oh, no, I win.
Okay.
Always.
Okay. At a certain date and time and place.
Mario, I'm the kind of guy where I play Gay Chicken with a gay man, I turn him hetero.
Wow.
I
Here
make them
first,
all-
ladies and gentlemen. Stefan, how do you say your last name? Can someone explain to me how you say your last name?
So here's a fun story, right?
Okay, here we go. I asked for
Growing up, my dad had always told me my last name was pronounced Hurtabees, right?
Okay.
Herd of bees.
Yep.
Hurtabees. And then he goes to get married to my stepmom. And the day before the wedding, we're doing the run through, and we're at the church, and the pastor looks at me. He's like, "All right, your name's a mouthful. I don't want to mess it up when I'm on the stand there. How do you pronounce your last name?" And I was about to say it, but I was like, you know what? No, he's asked him. Fucking say it, Dad. Hurtabees. And I looked him dead in the eye. I was like, Dave, 20 years you've been lying to me? You told me my last name was Hurtabees. Now I come to find out it's Hurtabees? Shit. So long in the Vania, but it's pronounced Hurtabees.
Hurtabees. Okay.
Such a natural storyteller. Or something. I don't know.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, the D and the TH, right? Pretty much, mainly?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
It's just you actually pronounce the TH.
You don't just make it a D and
Americanizing.
found that when he's young. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just pronounced it like that when I was younger because my mouth couldn't words.
Could have been.
Not that it could today, apparently.
Yeah.
Or he might have also just been pronouncing it correctly all along. And
He's been
Stefan's
lolling.
just kind of retarded.
He's been lolling for years.
I have this thing that my brain does where if I hear something boring, I know what I hear, but my brain still interprets it as something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's caused some interesting stories.
Yeah.
Because a few of us in Pyro Yacht do that. Which,
I feel like
folks, I got to tell you this. That makes Pyro Yacht meetings just very interesting.
So, yeah, I love technology. I'm a computer networking major, right? So I try to do as much as I possibly can with computers because technology is wonderful, but as we said earlier, it's fucking terrible too. And we would get on Skype or Google Hangouts to do our meetings, and holy shit, it was a whole new ballgame when you get to Hangouts. So for those of you who don't know, Hangouts has this nice feature where you can share screens with people. I don't even want to bring up what has been shared in some of our meetings. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. There's pictures of me with my face on David Hasselhoff from Baywatch.
What it looks like when done like
we straight up. We've had times
sure
where
much worse,
we've had times where one person in the meeting, all of us will share our screen, but click on theirs so that everyone is looking at that person.
Right.
like tunnels in on them. It's great.
Yeah, or there's been a few times where someone randomly pulls up a random porn video and then everybody switches to that or switches to someone else watching it.
So
And
here's how everyone else in Power Yacht. Here's how everyone else in Power Yacht learned that you could share screens in Google Hangouts. I admit full fault for this. I brought up some tranny porn. No. Let me take that back. I brought up some tranny midget porn.
Yeah.
And
like I said, folks, our meetings get very weird.
Conversation too. It was mid-conversation, and I just got bored and just brought that up. And I think it was Nick who was talking, and then all of a sudden he just, what the fuck? And then he saw that, and everyone was suddenly paying attention as I was laughing. And of course, as soon as you start to talk, that's when it brings up everything that you're sharing screens as full and large. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah. All right.
It was a great time.
Like I said, folks, our meetings get very, very weird.
But it's all for you, the viewer, to make sure that this content is the best quality content for your eyes and your ears.
If this is best quality, I'm starting to wonder how we even got on YouTube in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I did this whole spiel last time. Last time I was very drunk. We did one of these podcasts for the St. Patty's Day one.
St. Pat's Cast.
But I'll say it again this time, guys. Once again, we're very sorry about our last Under the Table. We had some major fucking malfunctions. And yeah.
It's just, I don't know why we decided to use all of our shittiest equipment to store all that on.
I know, because, we're geniuses. That's why.
Did you really have excellent equipment to use instead of the shitty
Yes.
equipment?
We have better equipment.
Mario, there's a difference.
Okay,
There's a difference between having a laptop that the battery works and having a laptop that the second it gets unplugged, the laptop just shuts off.
Which is how we lost tons of footage and our master audio.
Yeah.
So
we had other laptops that don't just shut off.
Sure.
But no, we decided to use the one that
shitty
the
one.
second you unplug it, it dies.
Yeah.
I'm bringing mine next time.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
It's the only plan, really. I'm not going through all that sort of shenanigans again. I'd like to think I made the best out of it and managed to somehow pull something out of our asses, but
I think you did, and you every time you do this, you reiterate, right? You learn from your mistakes, and they've gotten better and better. I
am a proponent that every single thing that happens to you in life is a learning experience. Take something from everything that happens to you. Otherwise, you're just a worthless piece of shit.
Whether life is good or bad, as long as you learn something, it was good for you.
And on that existential note, that's where we're going to leave you. Consider your lives, America. Think on your sins.